from deep below a nondescript cornfield in central Indiana. Join Billy, Eric, and Joe as they discuss news, rumblings, and rumors from the world of action figure collecting. This is the Off the Card Podcast.
Awesome. So this has been a long time coming. We've been dragging our asses, man. Summer is officially here, and a lot of us are taking like trips.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's like what 407 degrees outside.
Give or take.
Sit outside on the front porch and have a nice cold a glass of gasoline. It's hot out here in central Indiana. But it's been a while. We still got the Faraday episode. I don't know if it's up. I don't know. We'll reach out to producer Paul. But it's me, Billy, as always, and joining me is Joe. Joe, what's up?
Hey, folks.
And we're just going to do a little fun kind of rundown of some of the recent stuff that we've kind of seen. I've got I've been playing with the slides, folks. So here they go. July 23rd. Bam. So we're going to talk to the Ashes of Agbender. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't try to pronounce Mythic Legions names too perfectly.
Careful you don't summon anything.
Yeah, I don't want to summon a demon. Well, any more than I already have.
Like IKEA names.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got pictures of all those, and let's take a look. So this first one, I know when this was being revealed, me and you were kind of going back and forth, Joe. Like, look at some of this stuff. Frost Giant looks pretty cool, or Frost Ogre. I'm sorry. He looks cool. Same
snout.
Yeah, same ogre buck. I mean, it's cool looking. It's cool looking. I dig it. It doesn't fit into my wheelhouse, but I've seen a lot of people dig it. That's cool. We also have this gold skeleton, the second version of him. I guess the first was a long, first wave release. So now they're making them into it's like an angel and stuff. Again, not in my wheelhouse of what I buy with Legions, but fun. I like the colors. Very different, very unique. This one got a lot of response. You have the Ios, anyway, Golden Spear guy. He's an angel, which is kind of cool. I like that they're going back and using some of the wings.
They definitely felt like wings this time around.
Yes. I have some of the Gothropolis stuff. And I have the wings, the big wings that go with them, because they were like the Kickstarter wings or something. But anyway, it's cool to see those come back. It feels like with them bringing them back into production that there's probably something coming more with wings. So they kind of telegraph themselves a little bit. You see something pop up and it's like, oh, well, they're wings. Okay, so something else is coming. So while they got the molds out, might as well use them.
There you
go. The Blue Shield Soldier, which is the Deluxe Knight Builder 2. That's a lot of stuff to make a lot of different knights. That's if I like knights and like the goody two shoes, this would be where I would go.
You could probably buy like 20 of those and still not repeat the same setup.
Right. I mean, and just the pieces alone. You've got those wings on that helmet there. Those wings are used a lot in customs for War Duke and stuff like that. So I'm seeing a lot of that stuff echoed through here. Very cool. That one's going to be one of those favorites again. The Malignancy of Gob Hollow 2-pack, the two goblins. To me, I think the goblins are an underserved race in the Mythic Legions line.
Definitely.
I like them. They remind me of the goblins from Magic the Gathering. So I kind of dig them. They're fun. My problem is I won't cross that line to get them, because when I do, literally all hell's gonna break loose, and I will have like thousands of them. This guy's it's you, yeah, it's a Joe figure. His name's like Zoo or U or XUE. But yeah, no. I don't remember how to sound out words anymore. I'm old. Very cool looking figure. A lot of the wizards that they've been coming out lately kind of have the same feel.
Yeah.
Gandalf the Bald thing going on. So don't fault them for it. It's cool.
Oh yeah. This one was cool.
Yeah, the Spirit Bender 2. Yeah, it's just a second version of her. She had a lot of cool stuff. She's just a really cool looking sculpt. Really, the paint, like the tattoo type stuff on her and everything.
Yeah.
It's really neat looking. Good for them. I think this is a cool one. I love their cloth goods. I mean, these guys set the bar.
Very much.
Yeah.
They're top of the line.
This is the one that you kind of like. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the Shadow Sentry or Centaur. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Shadow Centaur.
I don't know what it is about their horse sculpt. I've got two of their horses, you know, the headless horseman, and then I got the other horse to use with my Solomon Kane figure. It's just they're just so freaking cool.
Yeah, they are cool. They are very cool. I have the I've got all the horsemen so far. As far as like, I have all of them and their horses. I'm waiting for the last one with the undead horse. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, that one's the one I'm really looking forward to. So yeah. Okay, so that was our Legions rundown. That was kind of hold on a second. There was one I missed. Kitty.
Oh, Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty. This right here, the Kai Paka or Pacha, doesn't matter. It's got a bunch of different heads and stuff. It's a mountain lion kitty cat person. This one is definitely in my wheelhouse. It's like, oh, Kitty. So that one I dig. Let me go back. Okay, so that was our Legions rundown of the Agbender. That one's pretty cool. Not a whole lot for me in there other than giant rogue kitty person. I dig that one a lot. But this right here kind of caught me off guard. NECA's David Kessler and Jack Goodman 2-pack from American Werewolf in London. This I'm like, oh man, because we have the wolf and we've got the demon Nazi guys and different heads, but this is cool. You actually get Kessler's like transformation head. And then you get Goodman's all the rotting. So you can make him look like he's falling apart like he was in his hallucinations. So I'm digging that. That's a lot of fun. So that one I believe I've already pre-ordered. That one looks, I'm a sucker for not anything to do with American Werewolf. So that one was easy. What else we got? Oh, McFarlane.
Classic.
Giant ass Batman animated series Batmobile with lights. Yeah, this one that's definitely on my radar as well. I never got the first one that came out through DC Direct or DC Collectibles. I forget when they changed their name and when that came out.
Right.
It's a pretty good looking piece, so I'm very interested. It just, man, that's a big box.
I'm just so glad I'm not that into Batman with him being like the main focus of everybody.
Dude, collecting Batman, if you're not careful, is like collecting Ninja Turtles. It's the same. It's like how many different lines, how many different scales, how many different. It's ridiculous. And then you've got McFarlane doing like, he's doing movie Batman and comic Batman and not Elseworlds, but yeah, it just like, it sucks.
But
Not
it is
really
cool that he's doing the animated stuff, I think.
Animated, yeah, I forgot about that. The animated ones are because right here, yeah, he gets you. He gets you. This one sold out in minutes. McFarlane is doing a more classic Dark Side or Dark
that's a
Seed.
damn good looking figure.
It looks good. It does. I mean, it looks very much like the Superpowers cape with the little medallion. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it. The Superpowers.
So this is a figure he'll probably milk a little bit. So be prepared. This one's going to get probably reused a bit. So it looks like all new sculpt. I really can't tell anymore. But it looks good. It looks very, very, very Kirby classic.
Oh yeah,
Batman. So I'm digging it. Yeah. So let's see here. And then what else did I find out here? Kitty person. Oh, well, I don't have pictures of them. Damn it. Anyway, I'll remove this from the Nemesis Immortal. The cut in over on the U, Joe.
Yep.
That thing came out of left field. I mean, not completely. We kind of all knew something was coming, but it looks a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
And it's showing. They've hinted that because with the comics and everything, they're kind of working together. That a lot of the designs that we're going to see in the comics will translate over to the toys and vice versa. And that's been the talk with Nemesis Immortal, is like how much he looks like the design from the comics. Like, well, but yeah, he's a big beefy figure. It looks like
those wings, multiple jointed, that look like they should fold up behind him. Yeah, it looks nice.
And that's one of the things people complain about what the wings look like. I try to ignore some of what I see in these groups sometimes.
Yeah.
But
well, just tell them to go over and grab a Gargoyles figure and use those wings.
Actually, somebody suggested the wings off the Venom figure from the Venom Knoll 2-pack.
It's a good 2-pack.
I could see that working. And I have that figure. So I may find out when it comes out.
Yeah,
I think he looks awesome. I've got no complaints on what I see.
So a couple of weeks ago, they're out here. They're announcing GI Joe, and then they dropped my favorite was Storm Shadow 2, when he's the good guy and he's wearing the black, the Arctic camo type look, and or whatever it was, and that's my favorite. Like, I mean, I'll pull him out right here. I've got him on my desk. He's this is one of my favorite toys of all time, and to see that, I'm like, oh, I might come back. I might come back to classifieds. And then I'm like, I'll wait. I'm not going to pre-order that guy, anything. And then seeing Nemesis Enforcer / Immortal, I'm like, so now I'm back.
Yeah, it's about the best I got.
Yeah.
Load anything up for the
that it looked. Some people complained about the head.
I mean, the hood does look a little
low,
odd. Yeah, and it does. And if whether it's removable or not, we'll find out. That'd be my only complaint as far as what I see.
I love that version of him though. Like, that's my favorite. Maybe because when I was a kid, I could never get the original Storm Shadow. Like, it was only like in like the first 2 waves or something, and then gone. I
had both of them. I do have a couple years on you too, so and once everybody realized that I was like all in on the Joes, that was every birthday, every Christmas, hey, Joe's bit. Not that I got spoiled very often, but hey, I just felt like getting you something. Here you go, GI Joe.
I remember Christmas. I think I was like 7. So it'd been like 85. And I remember that Christmas was nothing but GI Joe. like
Oh,
every
yeah.
uncle, every relative, because I was, they were still, the family was still kind of intact, and we still kept in touch. But I had like one side of the family got me nothing but dreadnoughts, and dreadnoughts, and the other one got me like Cobra stuff. So I had like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
So.
every year at Christmas, the gift from my grandparents was the big gift. So one year I got the whale, one year I got the tomahawk, one year I got the battle platform, the oil rig that they had set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's
being
cool.
being the oldest grandchild helped too.
Oh yeah. I remember getting I remember getting what was that? Oh man, it was the helicopter Mamba. The helicopter,
The Mamba with the
two propellers. I got that, and I think I got the Night Raven at the same time. And
I
that
never had that
was
one.
the Night Raven will always be one of my favorite vehicles of all time. That one's up there pretty high. I always liked the winter versions of some of the vehicles, or the winter vehicles. I always thought those were funner to play with.
I had the Snowcat. That was fun.
Is that the one with the two
And
big black tires?
With the treads on the back and the tires in the front.
No, this thing had like sled in the front, and then these big black knobby tires on the sides. They had like missiles that had skis on them and stuff.
That was a Cobra vehicle. That was the
I don't know. It was cool.
The Ice Wolf. I think it was the Ice Wolf, or maybe just the Wolf.
Yeah, I had that one.
The Ice Viper was the pilot.
I used to get a lot of my Joes and stuff. I get a lot of my toys. My mom and my grandma was big time yard sale people. So every Saturday in the summer, they're out the door, and they'd always come back with stuff, because I'm, at that time in the mid '80s, a lot of people were giving up like their Star Wars and their Masters of the Universe, and anybody knows me knows a story about getting like a Tupperware tote, or a tote full of Gen 1 Transformers for like $20. But that was like 1986.
That might have been from us.
Yeah. And we just, we used to be able to get that. So I always had like multiples of things, like, oh, I've got like 8 stormtroopers,
Right.
But they bought them for like $0.25 a piece. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. I remember many weekends spent going out garage sailing with my mom and my grandma.
Yeah. It's fun.
Didn't get as lucky finding some of the stuff I wanted, but I still found a few things.
Yeah, I remember just like, you'd walk up to the house and you'd see that sullen teenager. You're like, I bet he's selling his toys
against his will,
and I bet I'm going to buy his toys. So as I drive off down the road, and Grandma's old rusty Ford LTD, I had to shoot the little shit a middle finger out the back. I got your at. Jerk.
See, I worked at Toys R Us up until I was 20, so that helped fuel my addiction.
That would be very bad. I would end up owing them money. Like, hey, paycheck, you owe us $20. Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was the comic shop.
Yeah, I could see that too. That'd be very bad, very bad. But no, yeah, this has been. We're getting. We got the MezcoCon coming up here next week or so. Then we got San Diego coming, and a lot of companies are starting to show like, hey, we got stuff for San Diego. NECA went through and showed some of their exclusives, like they're doing the superhero of old boy from the dinosaurs.
And Alf, superhero.
Alf, yeah.
Ralph, is that the dinosaur?
No, it's from the movie TV show Dinosaurs. Sinclair.
I was thinking his name was Ralph Sinclair. Yeah. Ralph Sinclair.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think. Anyway, yeah.
But
anyway, him dressed up as a superhero, that looks cool. And that's very like very San Diego centric, and then we've seen, what else did we see that's coming?
Well, I know Hasbro is holding off the G.I. Joe HasLab until San Diego. That's when we get the reveal of what it is, and it goes live.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it during Yojo June, they announced the Star Wars Vintage HasLab, which is the full-on Cantina Mos Eisley.
I don't think it's not going to happen, is it? Or
you know what? Let's see. I know
yeah,
it went pretty high right off the bat.
I know that. I know right now we have Joe Fest going on down in down south, and there've been a lot of cool reveals come out of that I've seen. The guys at Fresh Monkey Fiction have showed some more of their Operation Monster Force stuff. They're like one of our favorite figures, the what is it, the William, what is his name, the werewolf.
Veteran
William. They are working with Maestro Union and bringing that figure over into the Operation Monster Force line. It went up for pre-order like at the panel.
I saw that, yeah.
So I pre-ordered it. So look, it's a giant werewolf. I love that werewolf anyway. That's probably one of my favorite figures right now. It definitely was in my top last year. But then they're like,
I still haven't opened mine.
What's that?
I still haven't opened mine.
Oh Lord. Oh dude. I feel
I've got a stack of figures just over there that I haven't opened.
Dude, I am literally the reason I shoot like this is so no one can see my floor, because I can't see my floor. It is full of everything.
You can see mine now.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Very proud of you. Joe gets to sleep inside this week.
So the Mos Eisley, just to go back to this real quick, the Mos Eisley has 15 days to go on the HasLab, and it is currently at just under 71% funded.
It's close. It can make it. It probably make it.
They usually get a jump the last week or so, from what I see.
Sure.
But
what else? Oh, Marvel Legends dropped that whole like Strange Tales wave.
Yes.
There was a couple of cool pieces in there. I'm not like a diehard Legends guy, but there was some neat stuff. I'm like, okay, that's fun. The one that caught me off course, Blood Rain. The Storm. I'm a huge fan of that Mutant X book.
Yes.
It makes me have hope, because they've never made like anything in the Legends line.
No.
I think they tinkered around with like a couple of the characters back in the old like pre-Legends Toy Biz. Like they might have been a character or two that slipped out, but I love that Mutant X stuff. That to me is probably one of the most underrated runs.
For me, it was led by Havoc, who got reality displaced, and he's always been one of my favorite characters. Storm.
Well, it was when he was supposedly
top 3 favorite characters.
Yeah, it was when he died. He fell out of that plane, and then he went to an alternate world and took the body of that Havoc, right? And that Havoc wasn't a very good guy.
No.
It was a great series, though. Such a unique take on all those. But to see her, I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And everyone's going to say, oh, it's Vampire Storm. It is, but it's, it gives me hope.
Quite. A little bit different.
It gives me hope that we're going to see more figures from that Mutant X run. And not the crappy Fox TV show Mutant X. Was it? Yeah, I remember.
But back to Fresh Monkey Fiction, they announced their Cops line, Cops and Robbers, or Cops and Criminals, or whatever they're calling it. Which that was one of those lines that I didn't really have much of, but I kind of wanted them.
Those things were like die cast, man. They were
they were ridiculous.
Yeah, they were heavy. Whenever I'm digging at like toy shows and stuff, and I see those, I like to pick them up just because they weigh so much. They're just like so thick and chunky. Just for little figures, they're very Fresh Monkey Fiction, man. I'm dying. Like they're saying now, like August, first wave, August, and I'm like, good, because
how many lines do they have on pre-order right now?
I don't know, man. Like they said they're not doing like wave 3. They're not putting 3 up until wave 1 ships. So I get it. I'm not one of those people that are going to bash them. those
No.
guys have been taking such good care with being transparent that I can see. And plus, they're literally making the anti GI Joe figures. I love that. Like the whole idea that Dracula's the good guy in that world.
Right.
For what you know,
And that was
yeah. And then the
one of
Donner
the
Party, that guy, which is Frankenstein. I'm like, yeah, this is right up my alley. This is good stuff.
and
And
they got their the
I've
one
loved
villain
the
that's got the hood on looks like a
Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander all in red. That's
Yeah.
had a lot of the Joe toy community up in arms, because that's what everyone wants, is a classified hooded Cobra Commander, and the
Not
thinking
gonna
is
happen.
Hasbro has hinted that they're not going to do it because they're worried of the connotations
Well,
of the hood.
we're
And
getting the one that came with the his tank. We're getting that version of Cobra Commander with vac metal. That's going to be on card, on
yeah,
the retro
and
card.
without the Mickey Mouse
Without the
Cobra
Mickey
symbol. Yeah.
so that's cool. But
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh man, we're going to get the hood, I'm like, you ain't getting that hood. That ain't going to happen.
I would be really surprised to see the hood.
It will. I mean,
Very
they've already
surprised.
showed the packaging. It's not there. They're not going to
Yeah.
put that out there. No. If they ever had an opportunity to put that hood back out, it's going to be through like a HasLab. It's going to be something as a stretch goal or something like that. I just don't see them ever going the
Which
other.
the strong rumor from the HasLab is going to be the Rattler. So that's another Cobra
I mean,
vehicle. And who knows? Maybe,
Yeah.
but I'd be surprised with the Rattler. Maybe a future, but
be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with the vehicles. I think the vehicles look cool.
Oh,
I've been watching a lot
absolutely.
of the stuff from Joe Fest. See right there. What is that? That's the
Ferret.
Ferret. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been doing a lot of stuff at Joe Fest. I was watching what was it, Ramen Toys are doing like the different cars and stuff, and I seen they're doing a Mad Max like vehicle. I'm like,
Yep.
oh man.
They're also doing a GI Joe Skyhawk.
Nice.
That BTOL little pod looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 2 of those when I was a kid.
I love it, man. Love it. It's just I love seeing these indie companies come up. It's like, oh, you can't make it. We can.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Yeah, let's have fun. So I mean, how many people are in the Joe community are going to go buy those Fresh Monkey Fiction guys just to get that head sculpt? Or I mean, but honestly, I seen on Etsy and some of the other platforms like that. There's a bunch of those that you can buy.
Like I
People are
say,
sculpted and printed. Yeah.
the Fresh Monkey Fiction, those aren't 6-inch, are they?
Yeah.
I was thinking they were more.
Now they're doing I know
size
with the monster stuff, with the Operation Monster Force, they're doing them in Joe size as well, original Joe size.
Okay,
They
that's what I
just
was
announced
thinking.
that, but the ones that are been pre-ordered and everything that I pre-ordered are 112 scale. So
so like the Veteran William and all that.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, these are the anti-classified. These are the guys that are going to come in and kick the shit out of the classified Joes. So yeah, I dig. And then they're like, there's so many like werewolves and all this other stuff. And then they showed Chatworth finally. He's the Sasquatch with a Gatling gun.
Yes.
And I'm like, come on, guys. Like they were supposed to use the Memory Toys bear body, which I have that bear and it's awesome, but they're supposed to use that body, but something happened and I don't know what all went down. So yeah, I love what they're doing. I just let the idea like they're doing it like a Sasquatch with a Gatling gun. Sign me up. Yeah.
Sold.
Yeah. A werewolf with giant metal claws. I'm in. You're pushing that little 10-year-old Billy button. Just ringing that bell, man. I'm loving it. So yeah, we'll get it. We'll get all that stuff coming soon. When that stuff finally drops, man, like the Fresh Monkey Fiction, I've been like super stoked with a lot of their the Santa Clauses and stuff they've done.
Yeah.
They've been fantastic.
They got their own version of Krampus too, don't they?
Yes, I've got that as well. Yeah, I've got Krampus and I've got like
just a plain demon Santa too. I think
an evil Santa. There's like a zombie Santa. There's I got the barbarian Santa, which is like him with a hood and robe of a skinned polar bear with he's got a big old belly and he's got like snowflake tattoos all over him. Yeah.
Oh, so the backstory to Violent Night.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. Very much so.
I so want that movie. I want his backstory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of showed he was a Viking, right? So yeah.
Yep.
And then I know Star Wars have been showing a lot of stuff from the Acolyte, as far as their Black series and things like that. So yeah, they're not dropping the ball on all that stuff either. So and I've seen some stuff like they're re-releasing some things, which is kind of cool. What did I see? They're doing something. It's like it's almost a re-release, but it's like updated. So
Hasbro's been they've been in the habit of some of the past Build-A-Figures they're just releasing as a figure, like my Joe Fix-It, like the new one this week. This week Odin will be going up for pre-sale. He was a previous
that Odin looks. That one wasn't a Build-A-Figure, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was
because I've got a part or two from him.
I think that was a version of Thor, but it wasn't like I don't know. I've never seen that.
There was a Build-A-Figure Thor.
Okay.
There's been a Build-A-Figure Odin. I did pick up the Falcon Cap figure.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, the wing set was the Build-A-Figure a while back. I don't know if this is technically a re-release of that, but
they're doing the Man Thing. Man Thing.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, based on the more like Werewolf by Night look. They changed up his head and a few pieces here and there.
Yep.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think
that's a must.
Yeah, that one's already been pre-ordered as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That one looks real good. I don't know.
I like Mojo, Blob. Yeah. But they've been doing that recently, so just kind of nice because
I agree.
You're not paying as much as if you bought the entire series of figures.
I've been looking for that Man Thing Build-A-Figure. Every show I've been to over the last maybe like year, I've looked for that, and it's not easy to find because all his pieces were Netflix, right? MCU-ish or adjacent Netflix.
Primarily Netflix, but yeah.
And I'm like, look, those came and went so fast.
I mean, it was hard to find when they were in the store.
Yeah.
You know,
honestly, my stores out here by me are, I mean, I haven't seen anything. They cut Masters in the Universe out, all the stores out here. My store doesn't even have a NECA like collector spot type section.
Oh, geez.
The little store, but mine's a super center. The little store on the other, in the next little town over is a tiny little market like store. They have a full run of NECA stuff, and they still have Masters in the Universe and everything. And I'm like, what in the hell? So weird. Danville Walmart doesn't have Mo2 anymore.
Well, I know here in Brownsburg, I haven't paid attention to Mo2, but there's not a section for G.I. Joe anymore.
Yeah. So if you want me to keep going to pre-order, that's how you do it. You know, because I know with Masters, I've got just a few figures left now with Origins and then the Turtles of Grayskull. Just a few left of that, and I'm looking for like Merman, which is in a bigger box, and I haven't found Kang yet. So I don't. Yeah, it sucks, but a lot of the stores are cutting back. At least in our area. I see other people online that do like YouTube and they do hunts, and I'm like, man, I wish my store had anything
Yeah.
like that. It sucks. So other than that, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot going on. Everything's kind of in a holding pattern for the big reveals. I think San Diego, right? So we'll be back soon with that. After they drop that, although that's going to be a whole weekend of nonsense. I'll be in front of
MezcoCon is next week. So I'll be keeping track of that, what they're revealing. They're saying tons, like exclusive every day, which I'm assuming that means a new figure, whether it's pre-order then and there or buy then and there.
I wonder if we're going to get another version, or if we're going to get another version of Vex. Because would they do 3-4 versions of Sod Cutter? 3 versions? 4?
At least 3. I feel like it might have been 4, but at least 3.
Because I got the green version with the bag.
So what would they do with Vex? Now they only did 2 versions of
so
of Atticus Doom,
the
foil to Vex.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I got the I was telling you, we got the the James Bond Gomez, the big box. I got that. That's got a lot of cool stuff in it.
The Casino Gomez.
Yeah.
That's one I missed out on, and I'm like, man. Yeah, it's very cool looking.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've been messing with like head swaps and stuff. So I mean, with Eric not being here today, we I got the Danhausen Ring of Honor figure through Jazz Wares, like Vault or whatever they're calling that now. That was a really easy process. That's the first time I ever ordered anything through them like that. So that came pretty quick. Beautiful package, no crunches or anything like that. So
right on.
Yeah, that was nice. With the new with someone that's like, I'm not saying they're new, but they're new to me as far as ordering. That came. It wasn't like you're ordering from Amazon or Target, where you get like one piece of bubble plastic in there if you're lucky,
or they stick the figure packaging in an envelope.
I've had that too, man. I'm like, how you gonna stick a Marvel Legend in a damn FedEx envelope and then shove it in my mailbox? Yeah. It has gotten better, I will say. Some of the companies have gotten better. You still, though, have, like with Target, they love to shove the McFarlane figures in and bend that backing card or bend it. I'm an opener though, so it don't bother me.
Right.
But I can understand, like, from the collector's mindset, like,
I'm an opener too, but I got the retro card Duke and Scarlet.
Yeah.
I keep looking at those things thinking I've not opened them yet, and it's partly because I just haven't been able to open it, but it's also partly because I look at it, it's like I'd almost rather just hang these on the wall. The card is nice and thick, so it's going to hold up.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks.
They look nice.
It's my childhood.
Well, exactly, and it's like me with those are gorgeous. Like, those are little pieces of art. Like, I collect the Super 7 reaction figures and stuff, and the packaging itself is part of the art. It's part of it's a package. It's an art piece. Speaking of that, I did see that Brian Flynn and Super 7 was down at Joe Fest, and they were showing off their O-ring prototypes, and those look pretty good, man.
Yeah, they do.
Those look good.
They do.
I was waiting for Eric. I was going to see if he did the pre-order for the but I'm sure next time we're on with him, he probably did the pre-order.
The Ghostbuster O-rings.
The O-ring Ghostbusters. Those look shockingly good.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like, man, I'm like, look, I'm trying to cut things out of my life. I don't need to go more.
That's what I'm trying to do too.
But those look good. Those look very good. They have no right to look as good as they do, but they be damned, it looked like something from the 80s. It looks like very well that, Kenner could have, was it Kenner that did? No, it wasn't Joe. Mattel, Hasbro, whatever. Yeah, other company. Yeah.
Ghostbusters was Kenner, I believe.
Yeah. It looked like it would be something that they could have done. That to the knockoff Joe or whatever. Yeah. So
Right.
it looked good. They looked nice. I can't wait to see them. Like people start posting pictures of them, like in the Ecto one and stuff. Yeah, and I like to see more bad guys though in that scale.
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of flub it. You can get some of the stuff from the cartoons and put it in there. Yeah, things like that. So you could trick photography.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But man, there's I think after San Diego, we'll see how everything goes. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
Floodgates will open after San Diego, I think.
Sure, there's stuff that we're not even thinking about that's getting ready to just explode, guaranteed. Yeah, I can't think of like anything. It's like, oh, what's the reveal? What's the reveal? Well, I mean, they did show, I guess, that gun at the Marvel Legends reveal. They showed the gun that everyone claims is Kang's. It looked almost dead on, not quite, but pretty close to his gun. So I don't know, like they've done Kang,
I've
so
got him sitting around here somewhere.
yeah. Movie version, TV show version, comic version. So I'll be interested. It'd be cool maybe to get like the thrones and stuff. That's the kind of with Legends. That's kind of where I'm kind of looking toward is like,
that would be cool.
are they going to do the thrones and then things like that? So, like I said, almost kind of what they did with like Mojo and Modoc and things like that. I think those would do pretty well at retail because I think people would buy it, but I don't know. It'd probably be a damn exclusive to some online store that no one's ever heard of or some nonsense.
Well, Hasbro did say, at least with GI Joe, they're not doing any more Walmart and Target exclusives. Not the case with Marvel Legends because the Captain America was a Target exclusive.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're so yeah. We'll see. We'll see how they do it.
I just wish it would be like, look, put it up, give us 2 weeks on all pre-orders, and then be done.
And that's what Mezco has been doing lately. It's no longer, I mean, one or two have still been, they put it up and once it sells out, it's sold out. But like the Captain America reissue, it might still be up for pre-order or it might have just closed, but it was up for a couple of weeks. So I think it's a matter, they're getting more into, all right, let's see how many people are interested and then go from there.
Yeah.
So
Mezco, that Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
There's part of me that loves it. There's another part of me that absolutely hates it at the same time. It's very like, I don't know, like, damn it, man. Like, I don't want to go down that line because I don't want to do like licensed IP. I want to deal with their IP because I think that's where they shine. Is when they do their own stuff because I think you get more for the money because they're not paying for that licensing and
True.
thing.
That being said, there was a ton of accessories with that Firefly.
Oh, I know, I seen it, and I'm a Firefly guy. Like him and Roadblock, those are my two, and yeah, it's rough. I wanted it bad, but I was like, no, I can't because if I start down that road, I mean, yeah, I can't. I'm like, I'm trying to cut back, and I say that, and I like come home last night with like a couple Mythic Legions, and it's bad. It's like now I'm just buying those for fodder. Now I'm just buying those like, oh, I like that guy's axe and his boots. Buying that guy, because I've got some kind of grand pie in the sky thing where I'm going to make this awesome army of these undead like sea urchin, soldier, night things or whatever. I'll never finish it. It'll sit over here on a desk and like dust. But I'll buy paints for it and never open them.
See, that's one thing I haven't tried my hand at yet was any kind of customizing. I'm afraid to.
I like to paint. I don't think I'm bad at painting, but I enjoy paint. But yeah, it's time and being able to just to get like locking yourself away to do it. And I don't have that time anymore. Not with all the shit that I'm trying to do at the same time. So, yeah.
That being said, I'll take my figures outside every so often and try and get some pictures in.
If I did that, Joy,
the toy photography in general is what I'm shooting for.
Yeah,
shooting.
But, if I took a toy outside and started taking pictures of it, Joy would leave me straight up. Like, look, you're something popped. You ain't right in the head. I'm leaving. She already says like, oh, look, you're playing with your Barbie dolls. And I'm like, Barbie dolls don't have, never mind. Yeah, this figure does have cloth goods. Jeez. Gosh.
It's kind of hard to argue when you're changing out the jacket or the shoes or something like that.
Don't bother me when I'm cleaning my room. I'm putting his cape on. It's cape season. It's
I had to change his outfit, dang it.
I had to change his gear. His sword was clashing with his purse. Yeah, it's bad, man.
No, I had some fun. I saw some mushrooms growing out by the tree, and one of them was extra large. So I took out Mindbender and a couple other Cobra Troopers and made it like he was doing some kind of growth project or something. And yeah, Tina's at the window taking pictures of me. It's like my husband's almost 50 years old and he's outside playing with his figures. Like, yeah,
I don't see. Yeah, no, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Look,
it could be a hell of a lot worse.
I've said it for years. I'm like, oh, look, yeah, that's great. You're addicted to meth. I feel bad for you. Come collect action figures. Yeah, we're completely sane and we're still, yeah, it's bad. So, yeah. Well, man, Sunday afternoon done. Let's we'll wrap it up and then we'll producer Paul and Eric will be back next time. We'll try to get back faster. We apologize. It's been
hey, life happens sometimes.
Vacation season and stuff like that. So I went out to Kentucky and did some stuff, and then kids and things. People's families graduating and moving on and everything. So yeah, life happens. But yeah, it's been fun though. So all right, well, until next time, folks, this will be a little short episode and off the card. If you guys want to find us online, we're on YouTube here, we're on the Facebook, we're on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. So
and I think Paul is maybe kind of working on a TikTok thing, possibly.
Yeah. I downloaded that, so we'll see if that, and I know one things we've been talking about is just finding time for us to all get together, sit down, and like do some reviews. So I think that's going to be the next on the docket. Is to be able to sit down and kind of like go, hey, we want to review toys. So
there you go.
I think all of us have diversified or diverse likes. Me and Eric tend to follow more into the horror and things, but he's more on the wrestling side. I'm more on the indie side, and then you've got your, the Joes and the Mezco and stuff. And I'm kind of teetering into that Mezco a little bit. So, and Paul don't play with toys because, well, he's an adult male, and he's an adult.
Yeah, get him. He don't know me very well, do he?
And doesn't have the time, so he can live vicariously through us.
There you go.
There you go. All right, guys, wrap it up, and we'll see you guys soon.
Right on.